Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, a.k.a. man of the people, because I enjoy working for you guys, fans of Carolina Panthers, and it's been a joy. Got to start off, I was brought up to show gratitude, and today after practice, I was actually one of the last people to leave practice because there were several people that watched my YouTube channel that were there, wanted to say hello. So we took some pictures, even signed some kid's roster. I said, "Are you sure you want me to sign this?" He said, "Yeah, I am." I really love what I do, and I really appreciate any time that you all have the opportunity. When you see me to speak, please do so, because I really started this channel with the purpose of being a media outlet that really worked for what you all want, what you want to see, and bringing that to you, and being a person that says, hey, I'm just lucky enough that I've got a media company that has credentials and able to cover this team and bring you all the information that I do. So with that also being said, please continue to subscribe to the channel. We're getting closer to our goal of 10,000 subscribers. It's already helping me make a difference with getting player and coaches interviews. Today, spoke with Jonathan Mingo. You should already see that there's an interview up with Jamie Robinson. So please be sure to check those out and like the videos if you've already subscribed. So let's go ahead and get into talking about today's practice. I did not see the full practice. Unfortunately, I had some personal things that prevented me from doing so. But I'm going to share with you what I did see. One cool thing, David Tepper was here, as well as great linebacker Luke Kuechly was here. But let's go ahead, and then also I want to touch on something that with the videos that I've been putting out, and you all have been loving them, so they will be continue to come out, is I get asked about when I'm talking about a play is, hey, can we see the video? So there are strict rules for media recording and taking pictures of practice. So though we're able to watch a lot of stuff, we can't report on everything, and we can't have video for everything. So that is why you will not see a video for every single thing that I talked about, even though it's there to witness it. So just keep that in mind. But I'm glad that there's been a lot of feedback for things, and that you guys and girls are enjoying the show. So Bryce Young, another day, another interception, right? And it's something that you have to legitimately ask anytime that you have a quarterback and they're throwing interceptions. Should you be concerned about it? How do you feel about it? Before I get into my thoughts about it, I'm going to play some clips from Bryce Young himself talking about his interceptions today. And of course, as I get ready to do this video, all the lawnmowers are coming around. I'm probably going to start sneezing, so forgive me. But nevertheless, here we go, Bryce on his performance today.
There's ups and downs. There's always stuff to learn. And, you take every rep in stride. And you learn. You have initial reactions, stuff on the field, and then the real learning and then being able to see is when you roll back the tape, which obviously we haven't had the chance to do yet. So you have those initial reactions. You feel it out on the field, and you kind of just go play by play, and then turn the page. And then now that practice is over and we're gonna get into meetings, we're gonna watch it back, and then really see how things unfold, see how it looks with the eye in the sky, and then really take the learning from there.
What did you see on the throw to Ian that was picked up by the team?
Yeah, just bad ball placement and a late throw. So, that's, again, 100% on me and stuff I need to learn from.
Coach Reich talked about encouraging you to challenge yourself. What does that look like for you? So it seems like you naturally do that on your own.
Yeah, I think really just that mentality of making sure we're 0-0 in each play and, having intent. And, on top of that, pushing ourselves to do the little things. When there's plays that you may think are not plays off, but breathers as far as, us mentally and our responsibilities. Maybe it's just a simple handoff where we can wipe the kill off and it's a clean front. What can we do to focus on? How, can we, I can, emphasize driving out of my fakes and making sure that I'm taking the right steps, things like that. So I think really it's just the mindset of not taking plays off. Obviously, right now, especially, this is a new environment. There's a lot that's challenging for me that I'm just learning and trying to get better at. So it's not hard at all to find that for me by any means. But even on the times where, you may feel like you have something under control, still trying to find that extra gear and, strive to be to reach that next level.
So there you go, Bryce Young making his comment on his reaction to today. And if you notice, and maybe you didn't notice, he never talked about how he personally felt about when he's throwing an interception. He just talked about it happening. There's a reaction. Then go back and you look at film and you try to make adjustments and improvements. But he didn't say how he feels, which is still like, that's, Bryce Young-esque on how he deals with things, not really revealing too much about him, just more holistically talking about things. And he said it was a bad throw, bad timing. So he did take the responsibility for it, which I know I certainly expect Bryce Young to do. He seems to be saying all the right things. But Frank Reich also was asked about Bryce Young and his interceptions, and he really went to say that it happens. You know, anytime you're throwing the ball down there that much in the red zone, you're throwing the ball that much in practice, things are going to happen. And he went on further to say that they actually want Bryce to push the envelope. They want him to test himself. They want him to push himself to and not be afraid to make mistakes and not to think that this coaching staff is going to be all over him if he does. So to me, what that equals is Frank Reich and his coaching staff is letting Bryce know that they're going to be very patient with him. They're not going to go and get all discombobulated because their number one draft pick, their fully guaranteed salary quarterback, is having some growing pains. And I think that's not a bad way to look at things, right? So us as fans will need to also be patient with that. Certainly, I believe there's going to be a draw the line and say, hey, something's wrong. But I don't think there's anything wrong with giving a number one draft pick, a guy that you hope to be the franchise of your team, a little patience with growing and learning this offense and playing at this level, right? So that's my take on it as well. Again, Bryce Young with yet another interception today at practice. I have confidence in this guy that he's going to be able to, I mean, it's like he lives and breathes football, right? So I feel like that's a guy that you give a little bit of courtesy to, a grace to, versus, you know, if this was a second round, third round guy, you know, different kind of circumstances, I think you could be a little bit more critical. See some people signing on here, so let me go ahead and give some shout outs. Andre Cunningham, Tin Tizzy, Shaquille Bartol, the Mad Chatter, Mossy Man 789 News. Appreciate all of you being in here. Not sure how many comments I'm going to be able to get into today because I do have to take that trip back up, I guess it's 85, as quickly as possible to get to the wife and kids, right? Let's go ahead and now break down some things that I saw from practice today. Don't know if I already said this, but Sammy Robinson, I'm sorry, his interview is up. I don't know why I keep calling that guy Sammy. Just a second here. Let me get my notes right in front of me so I can talk intelligently. All right, so again, I don't know why I keep calling him Sammy. Jamie Robinson. This video is up from yesterday. Today's video was done with Jonathan Mingo. Pretty cool guy. That video will be up tomorrow, so make sure you set your bell notifications, subscribe to the channel so you can soak up all this content that I'm bringing to you. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Team drills. Bryce Young back there, shotgun, handed off to Chuba. Andy Dalton came in, had a handoff to Spencer Brown. Andy Dalton in the shotgun. Quick hitch on the right side, hitting Shi Smith. Shi Smith, he had some catches today. I'm not going to say like it was the greatest thing, but he had some catches today. So it's good to see different days, different receivers getting involved. I think there might have been one drop that came through. I'm going to read through this, but I think it was a pretty solid day catching by the receivers. Overall, I still feel like right now, past couple of days since being in pads, even though they were not in full pads today, they were in shells, meaning just little soft protectings, but they weren't in your normal helmet, shoulder pads, and pants. But defense these past couple of days seem to be doing pretty good, getting pressure on the quarterbacks, getting pressure to stop the run. So continue on through here. Andy Dalton, he had trips to the left. Shi came from left to right on this play and made a great catch. Andy Dalton had with a handoff to Miles Sanders. And on this play, it was kind of interesting. There was a blitz coming from Andy's right that seemed like this guy was just hauling it. I didn't get a chance to write down his number, but I haven't seen anything like that. Didn't have a chance to ask coaches if they're going to start ramping up blitzes and allow guys to come off the edge as hard as that guy did. Didn't hear him get yelled at, so I feel like it was something that was part of the script. But nevertheless, again, on that play, it was Andy Dalton with the handoff to Miles Sanders. Next play, Andy Dalton's in the shotgun. to a wide open Giovanni Ricci, and this was a drop that I thought I saw today, that happened today. It was just like a 10-yard, stop down the field. Giovanni turned around, was wide open, and just flat out dropped the pass. It was a pretty bad looking drop on his part from a guy who's been doing pretty good catching passes out the backfield. And this offense, what I'm seeing in it are that tight ends are certainly being spread out wide on occasion, and then the running backs will be out there. Even Giovanni was a fullback at one point, but even a bigger running backs being lined up wide. So I know Chuba's a guy that has been having questionable hands. I don't know if they're just going to continue to rotate the other, these bugs out here are killing me, rotate the other running backs, like with LaVisca, with Sanders, and even with Giovanni Ricci before they put Chuba out there, because I don't think I've seen Chuba out wide. Not to say he has not been out wide. I'm just not able to I don't have a bird's eye view as I'm watching practice to see all the formations quickly and easily every time. So that's why you won't see me mention the formations each time. All right, moving on. We had Dalton I already read you that one. So Matt Corral comes in with a handoff to Blackshear. Corral with a play action bootleg. Nice pass out to number 84. Didn't translate who 84 is. Matt Corral in the shotgun, trips left, and he had too much pressure. He had a lot of pressure on him. This is, again, where I mentioned already that the defense was getting good pressure on these quarterbacks. So I have noted here that this was a particular play in which there was good pressure put on Matt Corral. Would have been sacked if it was regular tackle football, if you will. But he ended up making a completion to, man, these bugs are really killing me out here today, guys. Again, I didn't have a chance to do all the translations on the numbers, and I don't want to misspeak, so I'm just going to say this was a completion to number 87. Almost a completion to 87. It looked like a great one-handed snag that he brought in, got it about to his body before the defender was able to put a hand on it and slap it out before he was able to secure it with two hands. So that play was interesting, in which he thought Matt Corral was going to get sacked. He gets it out. You think you're going to see an incredible one-handed catch, but then the cornerback, the defender, gets up on him and knocks the ball out before he can bring it to his body. Corral goes in the shotgun, hits Giovanni Ricci on the right, about 8 yards down. He was just sitting down on the field on the right, got that completion. Corral again in the shotgun with a handoff to Spencer Brown, and then Matt Corral in the shotgun. He had 4 wide, which again, I'm seeing a lot of spread with this offense. And his shot Smith, who was coming from right to left on a post type pattern going wide out. I don't like the bugs, so you guys, you're just gonna have to laugh at me as I deal with all these bugs that are flying by me. It's probably because my man's back there cutting grass. You might can see him now. He's actually, can you see him? Nah, he's not in the camera, but he looked like he almost fell off the thing, kind of hopping on one leg. But nevertheless, let's keep it going. We then go to red zone, starting with Bryce Young in the red zone. He had a shotgun formation, completed pass, was not able to see who on that one. Next play, Bryce was under center. Had to bring it down and run with it. This was to his right. He got flushed out of the pocket, just kind of jogged it out. Again, defense is getting pressure on this offense right now these past couple of days, with being in pads yesterday and being in shells today. Bryce then goes in the shotgun, has trips left, has a guy wide right, and it was a bad pass. Bad pass by Bryce Young. He was trying to hit Adam Thielen, and on that play he had pressure on him then as well. Bryce with a play action to Ian Thomas on a little float out. He lined up near the line and just kind of floated out. These flies are killing me. Made the catch there. And then we had next play, Bryce Young 4 wide. He was intercepted. Again, didn't have a chance to translate all these numbers. Try to get my videos up as quickly as possible. Don't want to misspeak, but Bryce was intercepted by 28 on a pass that was intended for Ian Thomas. Next play, shotgun. Again, good pressure. Again, good pressure by the defense. So really in this red zone, which, I mean, defenses can crank it up in the red zone, right? Because they don't have as much of the field to protect. They know that there's not 50 yards that their wide receiver can shoot down the field. and they were doing a good job of taking advantage and getting some pressure on Bryce. So I'm just going to give a shout out to the defensive coordinator for making sure he's calling plays that isn't just allowing Bryce to be back there and take his time, franchise quarterback, and make his plays. He's putting his defense in a position to have a play no matter what. So I like that. Bryce goes in a shotgun again, this time with a handoff to Laviska, and that was the conclusion of Bryce Young in the red zone. Next up to finish out was Andy Dalton. He had a play action pass, which he hit number 15, and Dalton with a handoff to Miles Sanders. Dalton in the shotgun, didn't see the play. It was kind of weird. Sometimes it seems like they blow the whistle, or I don't know if it was dead, but wasn't able to see the completion of that play by Andy Dalton. Then Dalton with a handoff to Chuba, and then Dalton in the shotgun, incomplete pass. He did not have a good look. These flies are killing your boy today. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. It's the guys behind me cutting the grass. So I can make sure, let me go back. I said 84 a couple times. Didn't want to say the name without having it right in front of me, because you guys will eat me up in the comments. Actually, you probably eat me up for not knowing the number, but I just want to be careful. Stephon Sullivan is 84 that he hit a couple times. And then on the interception, give me just a second. Get this roster back in front of me. Interception, did I say 28? Keith Taylor would have been on the interception. All right, so that'll conclude. Let me go ahead and check these comments out. These bugs. I'm gonna do my best not to let these bugs take over my show. All right, let me see if we have some questions. 10 Tizzy, man of the people. I try to be. I really try to be. Hey, Chris, see you tomorrow at FanFest. I will be at 1:33. As far as Bryce Young goes, I'm a big fan of his personality. He seems like a great, likable guy. The Mad Chatter. Appreciate the thoughts here, saying it's a great channel. I'm going to work my butt off for you guys this season. I really am, and I hope that I can have your support in watching this channel, subscribing to this channel, telling a friend about this channel to help it grow. So thanks very much, Mad Chatter. Interested about media not allowed to take videos during practice, as they let us take videos during practice on Saturday and upload it online. Hey, there's so much talk about that. This team can't just, you can't control every single thing that goes on. Obviously, they want to control some of the things out there, but obviously they also try to give fans some access to do things. So it's just a balancing act by the team to control things. Certainly, if we're the media, we're going to have really good equipment, and they don't want to give like great clips to the world out there. Mosky Man says, much love and God bless. Keep pounding. Thank you so much. God bless you as well. How did Mingo look today? Again, I was not able to get a full practice in my notes. I don't think I have any completions to Mingo. Let me see. Actually, I think I do have one to Mingo. Let me try to quickly scan this, see if I got. Yeah, so I was able to see one completion of Mingo today. Didn't see the full practice to see how he might have done in some of the drills. Is Terrace Marshall getting more time? I mean, a lot of these guys are just getting rotations through, right? So to say he's getting more time, I don't really feel like I could accurately answer that question about Terrace right now. I would say that Terrace is doing okay. I would like to see more from him, though. I feel like the team probably wants to see more from him, being that he was a high pick several years ago, wanting to see that progression and want to see that next step, which, I don't feel like we're seeing yet, but I definitely want to see from Terrace Marshall. As Andre said, hit the thumbs up button. Let's see, trying to get this comment. Vibe, keep finding the shady spots. I gotta find the shady spots, man. It's so hot out here, my equipment would be shutting down and malfunctioning. So if I don't find a shady spot, it won't be the best broadcast. INTs happen. I mean, he's still a rookie, so it's cool. But yeah, so I'm not I'm really not like, it's cool. Like, yeah, it's skip to my loot. I'm not quite like at that level, but I do understand that it could happen. I do understand the coaching staff want to take an approach of patience and seeing where it goes. Now, I do have a line to be drawn with that. So if we get into the preseason game and Bryce is throwing 2 interceptions, then I'm going to say, okay, all right, we gotta recalibrate something here, right? We gotta stop telling him to take these chances, or we gotta put him in a better situation so he's not doing that, because you still don't want to have, if it's a real game and you get these interceptions, that's a huge momentum change, right? Huge momentum change. And it's like no matter where you were on the field, you're putting your defense back out there, and half the time you could be putting yourself where they get an easy field goal at least from that. So in a game situation, it's not the best thing to be throwing interceptions. But right now, I'm not hitting the panic button, but I'm definitely on watch with these interceptions that he's been throwing. And then Jalen said at least he hasn't had a multi-interception day. I think that's correct. He's only thrown 4 all camp, correct? I'm not exactly sure. I haven't gone back and tallied up my stats, but I certainly know that we're at 3 interceptions in a row for Bryce. I do feel like you're right with the 4, and I do feel like you're right with not having multiple in one practice. I do feel like the quarterbacks, Bryce and Dalton have thrown them at the same time, but again, I haven't got a chance to really break down all my stats to remember by heart all of that information. But good questions. Good questions. See the guy behind me cutting the grass? That's what's making all these flies come around here. Yeah, the new linebacker, didn't get a chance to see him. Sorry, but I'll continue to watch. Tomorrow, Andre Cassidy will be reporting with me from the Fan Fest at Bank of America Stadium. So probably be able to have some more high-level views on offense and defense with the assistance of another pair of eyes out there watching things for me. Look at the matchup. This is the only camp coverage I could find that very detailed. Thank you so much. And I'm going to continue to work on it. Again, I don't always have the best levels to see the formations. I don't always have the best vantage point, but I know a lot of people just really want to know as much detail as possible. So that's what I'm trying to do. Enjoy it while you can, because once training camp closes, I'm going to be even more limited in the details that I can report, all right? And I got to follow the rules. Smaller independent outlet, don't want to rock the boat, okay? Let's see. Just trying to finish going through these. Troy still says, let me see if I can get this up. You need some all-natural bug spray. I got some in the car. I honestly just didn't think I needed it. But, again, the guy's cutting grass behind me, making me swat the whole time. Lucinda Davis, appreciate the comment. Lots of great info. You're welcome. What's up, 4 more? All right, and then what is this? Got Prelude 16. Overall, how do you think Bryce is doing and coming along? I mean, I honestly feel like he is hitting a little speed bump, with the interceptions and having so many in a row. But it's a rookie, so you know it's going to happen. He looks good, then he looks, but then he looks good. So I just feel like it's just a rookie thing right now. Let me give a quick plug, if I may. Independent media, supported 100% by donations from you all that are watching. Anytime you have the ability to do a super chat, it helps. And also, I like to say now, this is going to be my thing. Even if you just want to send $1. I'm on Cash App, CVIBE, CVIBE. Send $1 if you have one. It helps us out so much. Lots of cost that goes on to covering this team. I really would like to travel to every single away game. Each year I'm typically able to get about 4. But just to give you a ballpark, just in the hardcore cost of the travel, it's about $800 to go to each game, just per person. And we got a staff of 3. So anytime you can do something, please consider doing so. But Levi says, I can tell you're stepping up your content this year, bro. What made you want to go so much harder this year? Well, let me tell you, I want to go hard every year, but I will absolutely say that this is an opportunity. Bryce Young has his fan base excited. This is a business for me, and I want to be able to be successful in it. And so I said, hey, what better way to just go all in, all or nothing, than with the number one pick of the draft? And that's why I'm here. I've wanted to go hard before, but just didn't have the time, and knew, when we're having these back losing seasons, nobody's, it's tougher. So anyway, but you guys want it, I want it. So here we are, going hard and appreciating everybody that's just watching. All right. Let's see. House Stover TV. Thanks for what you do. Appreciate you. Rich Kingdom, enjoyed your interview with Jamie. Look forward to more. So yeah, appreciate it very much. Jonathan Mingo was the one from today. So I'm going to end it on this one here. Let's see if I can get it. Uh-oh. Boom, there we go, from Rich Kingston. I don't know if this is in pounds. That looks like the pound symbol. I don't know all my currency symbols, but appreciate the super chat very much. Again, you guys, if you want to donate through Cash App, CVIBE, CVIBE is the way to do so. Thank you. I will keep up the great work. I'm going to wrap it up because I have to make it to Charlotte in time to pick up my little guy from daycare. But all the comments that I did not get a chance to respond to, I will get a chance to do so later this evening or tomorrow to respond to those comments. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the encouragement. I appreciate everybody. Chris Jenkins reporting from Wofford Stadium in Spartanburg for Charlotte Vibe.